Sometimes you can end up with a set so jumbo that you can't even fit it all into frame. Mattel WWE Elite 94 has arrived, 8 figures deep and ready to roll. So we have 8 figures in the set. Where should we start? Should we get the riffraff out of the way? Nash Carter, Wes Lee? Just kidding. It's not often we get a full tag team as 2 first time in the line figures, so that's pretty cool. These are NXT standouts, Wes Lee and Nash Carter. Let's start with Wes Lee. Crack this one open. Definitely some cool colors that they have here. I would say also some indie style designs, repping exactly where they came from. You know how it is. A couple of interchangeable hands, one wrapped, one blank. Nice vest with a molded hoodie. It does open up in the front, and check that out. There you go. And you can see MSK on the molded hood back here. And here's Wes Lee, ripped just like the dude looks in real life. Really spot on head sculpt right here. You got his big chops on the side. His dreads are pretty cool. And not only that, he's covered in some pretty awesome tattoos. You can see those all the way up, down, left, and right. I'm sure he could speak to the accuracy of these, but they look pretty good to me, so certainly a great representation of MSK member Wes Lee. And his ring shorts. Now these are cool because they have that kind of like hike up right here on the side of his leg. So that's basically a pretty new mold. I can't think of anybody else that has these kind of fight short style shorts that's been made in the Mattel WWE line. I'm sure maybe Brock Lesnar, of course, but this takes a new mold to get that hike up in there. So pretty cool to see. You see the design in the front there, MSK on the back, great detail, and just straight up plain black boots. Here's Nash Carter's interchangeable hands. He also includes a matching vest with that same color scheme and the molded hood and MSK on that hood. And here's the figure itself. You can see dudes rocking that half shaved head style that's so popular with the youngins these days. Really long hair on the other side. It looks like 2 different people. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like I've seen this in a movie. I just can't remember which one. Cool tattoos right here. He's got some cool tattoos on his arms. You can see on the right arm, there's some color in there. I see a 13, a few other various things, some red down here, really some nice tattoo detail. So pretty exciting for Nash Carter right here to get that type of detail in his tattoos for his first figure. And of course some MSK molded hands right here. You can check those out on both hands, of course. And check out his ring tights. Those remind me of somebody I know. A little bit of an X-Pac style right there, huh? Pretty cool. So nice dedication to that and to the indie days of wearing tights with this type of design as well. So pretty cool. Check that out. Look at those, nice and aligned. MSK on the side. Also with the straight up plain black boots. Nash Carter, Wes Lee. How about another first time in the line figure with Mace right here. Mace and T-Bar, both from parts unknown. Scary looking dudes, but certainly wreaking some havoc amongst the WWE universe. Whether it's with Retribution or without them. A couple of interchangeable fist accessories for Mace. And beyond that, the detail is in the figure itself. So check this out. We have this really detailed mask that for sure matches with T-Bar's pretty cool mask. And these guys are just mask wearing butt kickers right here. You can see his hair goes all the way down the back. Some pretty dope dreads here. And if you take the mask off, if you don't know what he looks like, turn your head first. I just gave you a spoiler. Spoiler alert. That's Mace. There he is with some makeup on. Looking good. Gotta love the face paint on a guy like this. Nice tattoo on the chest here. Good physique. We got the tattoos on the arms as well. Some black elbow pads. A removable if you really want to remove it, but it seems pretty tight on there, so I wouldn't recommend it. Vest here. But you can see that it says Mace, 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 Mace on the side here, and Mace, 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 Mace on the back. And the red stripe along it, don't forget about that. Looking good. And then his ring tights right here. 01, no sound selected. Ask him what that means, because I don't know. And then you see all the detail, the white and black honeycomb styles here. That's, you know, hacker visuals. I won't get into it, being an expert hacker, but if you ever want to know, this is your guy to ask. Mace. Great first time in the line figure. Don't forget the straps down here on the boots. Those are pretty detailed, and I like that Mace is rocking the lace boots because there's not enough folks with lace boots these days, and glad to see he's one of them, so pretty cool. Join up your Mace and T-Bar, get that tag team roster going. All right, who's next? It's all kind of classics from here on out, including the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, finally making a return to the line, and as you can see, this is labeled as a WWE Collector's Edition right here. So available at Ringside Collectibles for sure. You can definitely get this British Bulldog, but I think this is meant to be, you know, a supplement to the Elite 94 lineup we otherwise wouldn't have gotten. So it's cool to see them slot an extra legend into that lineup to get it out there and get a name that people have really been trying to get their hands on. Anytime there's a British Bulldog, people want the British Bulldog, right? So this is mid-90s style. I'm all for this. Hoping to see in the future that hardcore champion British Bulldog with the blue jeans. That was always cool for me too. I like all versions of British Bulldog, including this one. So let's open them up. Right, oh, wait a minute. Before I tear the whole thing, it comes with a SummerSlam background. Check that out. The things you learn every single day when you open toys. Interchangeable British Bulldog hands right here. And here is the British Bulldog. You see those great braids that he's got going on there, pretty cool. The British flag cape that he kind of had on at that SummerSlam that year. Pretty cool, with the Bulldog in the back right here, showing it off. His wrist tape, Bulldog. Who would have thought? Now the cape has straps on it which can hold it in place, which I think is a pretty novel idea. Nice job. And you can see his red, white, and blue ring tights right here with Bulldog on the side, British Bulldog, blue and red, white, and blue, Union Jack style. On the other side, painted lace down the side. See that? All white. And you can see his skin tone through there. And his boots, white boots with BB on the side. That is not Breaking Bad, little kids. It's British Bulldog. Next up, modern day, old school, who really knows anymore? Edge, out of retirement, and with a brand new white color schemed outfit. Pretty sweet. Let's crack this one open and hope that he doesn't get kicked out of Judgment Day by the time this is finished. Oh wait, too late. A couple of interchangeable Edge hands here, as you can see, with some tape on each one. Removable maroon and black Edge elbow pads, rated R style. And here's Edge now with a great new likeness, I have to say. This is like easily one of the most spot on versions of Edge we've ever seen right here in the Mattel WWE line. So that's pretty cool. That kind of came out of nowhere, huh? Unexpected. The other interesting thing about this is you see his white entrance jacket here. All the typical molding that you would expect from an Edge entrance jacket. Details on the back right here, little Canadian rated R leaf and some gobbledygook that I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm sure Edge does. See another leaf right here, some studs right here, and of course those molded rated R superstar hands. But here's what's really interesting. Look at that. The sleeves and the jacket kind of come apart. So this is, I think, in favor of making it a little bit easier to get this off. To remove the jacket from Edge, and you can see his tattoos there. Also, check this out, a nice cool sleeveless look if you're into that sort of thing. Why not, right? Plenty of detail in the tattoos here, and this Edge is looking good. We're gonna take a peek at the inside of the, oh, there's also some protective paper back here, so, you know, your coat won't chafe where the sun don't shine. Here's a rated R in the front, and this cool style. Now Edge and Christian both have this kind of modern day wild style going on. Pretty cool that these guys in their later years have still a subtle tendency to match. Not all of us notice it, but some of us do. We see you guys out there being BFFs still. And you see the rated R knee pads right here with the R in the front, maroon color scheme. And check out those boots, just wild, a wild design here. Edge really knows how he likes to look, that's for sure. So now that he's no longer with the Judgment Day, let's hope he gets back into something like this, right? Because you know what? Even though he was being kind of a jerk about it, this is kind of how we always liked Edge anyway. We'll see how evil he gets, right? You never know. Maybe he could be more evil without Judgment Day dragging him down. Who knows? And next we can do the new CEO. I'm not ready for that yet. Hang on. Nope. Let's do Bret Hart instead. Two different Bret Harts here. Check this one out. With a Chase variant. I think this is the Chase. Is it the Chase with the pink on top? Who even knows anymore, man? Not me. After all these years, so many different colors of Bret Hart gear, your brain starts to get fried. Unless, of course, you're Canadian, then you know every single color scheme. A couple of excellent interchangeable Bret Hart hands here. Gotta have the pink shades, right? And check this out. Now here's this Bret Hart that everyone was so concerned with the hairline on. Looks like it was fixed to me. He's a little bit less of a 5 head, and looks like he just has a 4 head. And not only that, there's a little bit of space in here, so you can get these Bret Hart shades on. Look at that, man. I would say, honestly, while there were complaints about this, this seems to be one of the better Bret Hart figures that has been released. You know, I'm not as critical as some of the Bret Harts that have come out in the past, but this seems to be like a definitive hitman for a lot of people. So check that out. We got the hands open up right there. He's just coming down the rampway. You hear the record scratch. There he is, right? Long black hair, elbow pads, the slightly off-center Hitman logo right there. Hitman on the back of the tights with a little pink star. Very cool. We have the hearts on the front, of course, as a famous leading member of the Hart Foundation. Black knee pads, and check out these white boots with a pink star on the side, pink laces. This is a real ring general right here. One of the most famous ring generals of all time. Gotta love Bret Hart. Each figure comes with an Intercontinental Championship, the old school style, pretty cool. And here's the standard style Bret Hart, I love it. Look at that, again. Just take an extra long look at that head sculpt and really see that there really were some improvements made between the time that we initially saw this and the time of the release. I'm gonna fit the shades on here just so you can give them a look. Great version of the Hitman, right? Check that out. The symbol, again, slightly off-center in the front, as Bret Hart has it. Pink wrist tape, black elbow pads, and check out down the sides. Hitman, as you can see. Some black hearts in the front, excellent. And just some great style with Bret Hart. You know, he knew how to keep it consistent, but just so fresh each time he was wearing something different. A black star on the side, those laces like I like. Excellent work. The excellence of execution is this man right here. Okay, now I'm ready. The new interim CEO, Stephanie McMahon. Who knows how it happened? But it happened. We all know how it happened. But we don't really talk about it on this channel anymore. The Ringside Riot days were over. Back then, who knows what I would have had to say. A couple of pointing hand accessories, and as you can see, the nails are painted. Nice little detail there. Those nails that are the equivalent of nails on a chalkboard, which is what her voice used to sound like to me back in the day. Holy cow. Back in the old school wrestling era of the Attitude Era, when Stephanie first came around, she drove us all nuts. Her voice on TV, nails on a chalkboard. I think bright red nails, just like this too. Seems very fitting. And of course, the Women's Championship. So much prestige right here. And gotta say, you miss this one, right? You miss these old school titles when you see them. I would love to see something like this on TV, but that's all right. The ones we have now, they're okay, right? Still cool to see what Stephanie stole, basically, and didn't earn. And a spot-on version of Stephanie McMahon. Just, oh man, just looking at it. Yeesh, she looks evil. It just gives me flashbacks, man. Great double jointed elbows right here, pretty cool. She has the SMH in the front, which means Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, not shaking my head. No, kids. And you see she's got some really bendable legs too. So this is a great, for anybody that's looking for like an old school Stephanie and missed out on that Milkamania one where she was, you know, all splattered with milk and all that stuff. This is a great way to get your hands on a version of Stephanie from back in the day when she was just one of the most evil billion-dollar princesses on the planet. The only billion-dollar princess, right? And evil. Runs in the family, I guess. Holy cow. And here it is, Jumbo Mattel WWE Elite 94. This is a jumbo set. 8 figures in one set. Have we all gone mad? It's crazy to see this, but it's really cool actually, because this means who knows what the possibilities are in the future. Don't forget, 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 of these are essentially like Legends figures. So we know some of those are the most sought after for people, young and old, no matter what any focus group tells you. And this just means that some of those names are getting implemented into the main line a lot more often, with a lot more opportunities to get a hold of them. So check out Ringside Collectibles at WrestlingFigures.com. We have the largest selection of wrestling action figures anywhere on the planet. Rings, accessories, exclusive wrestling action figures that are made only available at Ringside Collectibles. We got those too. If you look around, you might find one. Not if you look around. You gotta go to WrestlingFigures.com. Check us out and make it all about wrestling figures.